Today we got some pretty big news that the Space Marine 2 beta was cancelled, with Focus and Saber citing the prioritization of optimization, polish, and fixing remaining issues in the game ahead of its September 9th launch as the primary reason. I empathize with the developers because I also want the game to be as good as it could possibly be, but this isn't good news for us, the consumer, at all. Typically when developers hold a beta this close to release, they're doing it for marketing purposes. It's like the publisher is taking a victory lap after getting to the finish line. The game is already done, and they're letting the players try out specific game modes to start getting them hooked early and because it's free advertisement for them. Additionally, in this phase they can be true to their purpose in that they're able to gather tons of data regarding bugs, system errors, or imbalance issues that they could feasibly fix before launch. My primary issue with Space Marine 2 canceling its beta is that Saber and Focus are going to be able to completely control the narrative behind the release of the game. Before the game launches, press and review copies are going to be given to companies like IGN or Kotaku, game journalists, and large content creators in the Warhammer 40k community. Typically behind the scenes, this involves these entities signing a contract with a developer, which could involve requirements for the reviewer to not criticize the game or to at the very least review it in a positive manner. Even if it doesn't stipulate this in the contract, there's incentive not to harshly criticize the game because as one of these entities, you wouldn't want to burn the bridge down with that publisher. For example, hypothetically, let's say that Chapter Master Valrak, one of my favorite Warhammer 40k content creators, got his hands on a review copy. Don't get me wrong, I trust my fellow battle brother to be as honest as possible and to point out flaws where he sees them, but he may downplay some negative aspects just to preserve his relationship with Focus. Space Marine 2 is going to be a live service game with seasons and possibly expansions, which means there are going to be more opportunities to get early access to things in the future, which also means you get your content out faster, which makes a huge difference. Remember, this is all hypothetical. I love Valrak and I personally don't think he would do this, but this situation exists for every content creator or reviewer on the platform. The last thing that I want to see is a Cyberpunk situation where CD Projekt Red basically completely lied about the performance and optimization of their game, and a lot of reviewers were complicit in giving the game positive reviews and lying to us, the consumer. This is especially important because Space Marine 2 looks like a graphically intense game. How is it really going to run on consoles or lower-end PCs? The open beta would have given us our first indication of what system specs are required to run Space Marine 2, which is important because the developers haven't released that information yet. And it's like I pointed out earlier, the open beta is typically a victory lap for a developer or publisher, so I'm a little worried that this could be a red flag. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Like, subscribe, treat each other well, love you all. This has been Jeficus, and I'll see you in-game. P.S. The Imperial Fists suck, and Ultramarines are better.